good. It's going to be, yeah, Rick versus Stripe. So a different look this time. Actually, wait, isn't that what we saw before? Yeah, we saw Bone Shackles. So far, all of Winner's Quarters has been either Stripe versus Shaggy or Stripe versus Rick. Interesting. So one of the things I was curious to see is how good, how can Daykwion keep out Stripe? Because Stripe has basically been uncontested in terms of rushing people down today. And so far, Daykwion is the only one who's had some kind of answer to that. Now, you do have less of those charge shots, though, because post the nerf, or the change at least, which was a solid change, that has ammo now. So you can only do 2 fully charged shots. You can still do infinite amounts of shots on the regular version, but it's not really worth it overall. It's like you can only do that a few times, mostly when you have someone else. But right now, we have game 1 like we were saying before. Now, this is interesting to see that Retro also decided to play Stripe, because everybody said they were going to play Stripe. I wasn't sure if Retro was going to join that, but he is, and so far it's looking pretty good. I mean, he did say he really liked playing this character, and Dakwon's really liked playing Rick, so a bit of a shift here in what people have been playing. Utilizing his 2 fully charged shots. It's on cooldown. Going to be forced to approach with the Meeseeks, of course. That side air is going to lead to a knockout, though. Every time you make a mistake once, boom, that will knock you out. It's such a good setup. It's almost guaranteed. Like, anytime you get caught, but that is going to take him out. Of course, that side air is still very strong. It got slightly nerfed as well. But it was reduced to a point where I think it makes sense. I might have to maybe get knocked out one more time. But the side air into forward attack is very consistent, low percent combo. But they are both hunting for this first hit. I like how Retro tried to go and bounce that back. Didn't end up working out. And trading off for the Meeseeks. I feel like Rick has a lot of counterplay in this matchup. Like, I feel like he has a lot that he can use against him in this matchup. Ooh, that's really good. That's the first time I've seen anybody do that all day. So down attack at the ledge, goes underneath, and it'll pop you up, which will be a pretty easy way to get someone to freak out. And at high damage windows, it can knock out as well. Okay, he's out of bullets. Oh, actually, no, he had 1 bullet left, but he tried to mix him up on the dodge using the chainsaw. That is such a quick move. Like, after, well, actually, not a quick move, but like after it gets out there, it's something you have to respect, and it's a quick option somebody could go for to get you scared. This could lead to a spike. He didn't get sent down, though. Not the best recovery, but he, much like Rain Dog, could use that up air to slowly drift himself in. Oh, mistake from Daykwion, though. That's going to lead to him getting knocked out, or giving up that stock, falling right to the bottom. So now Retro using that up special and going in. Like, he is rushing down hard against Daykwion. That, however, caught him. So that could lead a dare. And that is going to be a dare. That's going to give it to 2 stocks apiece. Game number 1 already at last stock. They've been really intense matches all night. Like, everybody has been putting in work with Stripe, and he just came out. And the Rick is only improving from Daykwion each week. It's only been out for a couple weeks, but I'm loving the way, loving the improvements we're seeing. Snyder's going to come in, try to catch him with the explosion hitbox of the up B. Meanwhile, Retro just chasing. Oh, he goes for the chainsaw mix up again. That would have definitely been the end of the game, the first game. You catch him dodging in though with the rocket. He's almost out of bullets. Buzzsaw comes in. He's got to be careful. Oh, sends it back. If he went for up special, I think that would have been it. Try to get him a reversal on the dare. Does not hit. The up special coming through. And here comes that Buzzsaw. That Buzzsaw controls so much range, but he gets a reverse sider. Where did that even hit? Hello? Daykwion is trying to find a side air to close this out. I don't remember if it was on the tactic here or not. It is. Okay, so that is huge for Retro. He's going to be able to get side attack 1, tries to cancel it into another one after the up attack, and that's going to close it there with the triple shots. He's going to take it out, and Retro takes the first game. Every single Stripe player so far today has been winning. All of them. Every single one. This has been pretty impressive to watch so far. What is this character? G? Yeah, Stripe is crazy. Also, thank you for all the follows I missed, by the way. Malik, Combat Club, the real Nikki, I think that's what it is. Anti Hakim, After You Dogman, Blitzkrieg, Paradox MVS. I feel like I know who you are. I've seen you on Twitter before. Finesser Oak earlier, J Tough, 26 JoJo. QT, I think. QTTK. Yeah. Well, anyways, thank you all for all of the support. I appreciate it. Much like earlier today when Daykwion went down 1-1 against Takoa, he is now going to switch to his Jake. This is something he's been doing pretty often of late, especially if you leave Cromulons open. So Cromulons is going to be left wide open and ready for Daykwion. This is Jake's best stage, free. But from the looks of things here, this is also going to work pretty solidly for Stripe, because he's so fast and he's going to get buzzsaws applied everywhere on the speakers and on that center platform. It's just going to constantly spin. Oh, he's getting big volleys though. Misses out on the up special. Could have gotten the up special bounce. That buzzsaw though, very quick option to beat out the up special too. It's used everywhere. It's such a good move. That chainsaw does lose to the up special, something we were just learning. It's gonna be interesting if that beat that, because that would have been really good. Decides to commit fully to the attack, goes for one shot, but comes back down with the down special and immediately reflects off, trying to use the TNT to get in, but doesn't really do much in front of that. And this could be huge for Retro, because Retro, Rain Dog's worst matchup, free, is Jake. And the up attacks can come through. But if he can find a way to deal with Jake, maybe with Stripe, depending on if this is a good or bad matchup or not, at least it looks more comfortable than when he fights a Rain Dog. He's been making it work, but that matchup is bad. So it's just been a testament to his skill that he's been able to make it close with Pin of late. Tries to wait for the last one, but he ran out of target debuff. You got to remember that once it's done, and you can't use it anymore. Look at Retro putting it on that center platform. It's irritating. But I was just saying here on Cromulons, it's such a good option. It just literally controls center. So not only is it a great ledge trap tool, it's a platform control tool. Crazy part is, though, even without the platform, Stripe just does so well on some of the other stages. Stripe gonna get hit by the nair, tries to find them with a bite here on this stage. We already know that that could lead to a knockout. We've seen that many times before. 41 damage put on. He does finally find him with that cider, though. It took a while, but Retro did finally close out the first stock. I feel like Daykwion looking much more comfortable here, of course. You know, he's been playing a lot of Rick lately, but Jake is his main. He's been using it quite a bit. Actually, pretty much since the start. But the Rick, I feel like it wasn't figured out, but I felt like it was a bit harder for him to slow down Stripe compared to what he's been doing with Jake. But Retro is just smothering him. Like, he is staying all around him, trying to work his way back into a lead. But I do like how Daykwion is constantly, like, air-to-airing him out. He's going to get the wall bounce. Forced to take a cider? No, actually, he goes super high. Kind of surprising him, considering that he doesn't have the best vertical coverage. Got that buzzsaw again. It's two of them to actually use out of them. Pretty decent respawn rate on that for sure. That horse always going to roll through the buzzsaw. It's going to give him stage control. Decides to go for that. I thought he was going to cancel that into a dare. I feel like that horse was meant to be canceled into a dare. Tries to go for the second one. He does. He catches Retro dodging in, and now Daykwion puts himself in the lead. First time we've seen someone switch off of both the Ricks and the Shaggies have all lost. And now so far, Jake looking really good. He gets popped up instead of down. He was looking for that corner knockback that sends you almost directly down. It just basically just gives you a free knockout. Stripe. Retro struggling to find an opening here, find a way to get back in. Just crazy considering how everybody's just been getting in consistently. Looking for a dare to maybe find a knockout, but it doesn't have the biggest amount of range. The ending bite, no, he just goes for the gun. Hits him out of his jump, uses all the side specials, hits him with the buzzsaw. He's out of specials, but he tries to get him on the side air. And because he ends up getting him, because he ends up missing the side air, that gave him a free opportunity for a down air. And Daykwion goes ahead and evens up the set.
Got some major partying to catch up on.
I always love, by the way, how after every game, when it's done, like there's a pause, like the intense pause, everybody's thinking, and then the conversation comes out and it's just like giggles. But I think Retro like explaining something that went wrong. Either way though, the Jake looked good, and that now puts potential. That's the first game dropped individually by a Jake so far. No Jakes have dropped a single game so far. Excuse me, not Jakes. No Stripes have dropped a single game so far today. So Very curious to see how this goes. Looks like both Batcave and Tree Fort being banned. So we're going to go to Sky Arena no plats? Oh, Sky Arena tri-plats. Okay. This does benefit Jake pretty solidly because he lives a long time here. This is something we've learned in the past. But the difference is it's Stripe instead of the Rain Dog, and Stripe has had plenty of knockout potential so far, so it could still do him well. Cider comes in. Oh, I don't think he meant the nair. I think he meant the down air there, but even so, if he got the trade-off, that still would have worked very well. Curious. So I feel like the platforms with the Buzzsaw work well on trophies and Cromulons, but here it doesn't feel as threatening on the side platforms. I feel like it's way more threatening if you can get it on that middle one, because then you really can't jump into it. Like, you kind of have to respect that range up there, and you're forced to play grounded, which definitely benefits Stripe more. But still, incredibly impressive play. Remember, this is day one. Like, this is the literal day zero stuff we're seeing from all these Stripes. Like, this is just a testament to good skill and also a character who's pretty straightforward. Like, I feel like Stripe has been one of the most straightforward new characters we've gotten of late. Almost every other character has some complexity to them to some degree or a unique mechanic. But Stripe's like, nah, I swing. I throw stuff and I swing. He is chaos incarnate. Which is good because it's true to form to his character. And now, Daykwion, he has him at up attack ranges, I'm fairly certain. Like, I don't know Stripe's weight offhand. I haven't seen it. But that dare off the platform will be enough, and that's going to be Retro striking first. Okay, and now that belongs to Daykwion. So you put that, okay, that's pretty solid. You use that house on that moving platform, and now all of a sudden that's your Buzzsaw. Cider's going to come through, though, and that's going to get Daykwion the stock over Retro. This is the first time Retro in a while has been put into a position where he could possibly get knocked into losers early. But of course, being with a different character, committing fully to the Stripe today. Getting that target debuff down, and those Ciders beating out the early startup of that down special, working pretty well for him so far. Daykwion consistently recovering high, but he has been able to find a lot of nairs. I've seen that Retro is playing grounded more, though. He's using a lot of these forward attacks to beat out Daykwion before he can get down, because he's got a decent amount of range, and it's kind of working. Very small lead, but it has been working. All right, sniping out of a bunch of jumps, tries to catch with the dare. That was almost a really good setup, but because of the mobility options that Jake has, it's got a lot of ways to get around that. All right, catching with the dare. Sending him back to center stage, but still putting some damage on consistently here. He does get a bite. It's a big opportunity for Daykwion. He's going to get the wall bounce. And he gets him with the Cider, and that's going to close out that stock. Daykwion moving forward here in the lead. Can he keep this lead is the question. Jumping around, getting him with the nair. Cider comes through. One shot. Has two on. Goes for the chainsaw to just go in for mobility. Tries to mix him up with a down air. Doesn't find it. Retro playing that grounded game right now, but for Daykwion, it's like, look, I'm just going to hover. I'm going to play in the air. I'm going to force you to approach me, and I'm going to beat you out with my space moves, because if I rush you down too much, I lose. Yeah, Retro's been reading a lot of his approaches, too. Like, he's been recognizing where he's going to land. Retro looking to get one dare in center will definitely do it. You can see him hunting for it right now. Tries to catch him on the last gun, too, on his way in after the dodge. But still, Daykwion is starting to build on this lead. 54%. Oh, no more bullets to be able to go for it past that point. Buzzsaw won't be enough to knock him out, and he has no target debuff. Finally has it now, but it's a little bit too late. He doesn't have... Yeah, he only had one bullet on him. 190. Oh, there you go. Finally, somebody used the saw on the stage to catch him out at the ledge to guarantee a combo. Like, that Buzzsaw on the ground, if somebody's going to the wall, throw it down. That guarantees that they have to move. Like, they're forced to respect that. Nobody can stay there. That's definitely an option you got to consider. Drew tried to combo off of the moving platform one. Okay, maybe I was wrong. These Buzzsaws on the platform is actually looking pretty good. Do see Stripe at 80 though. Slowly trying to work his way back in. Retro sitting at a 40-ish damage deficit. Daykwion just trying to make a mistake. There we go. Finally gets one. Gets it there. Uses the TNT to bounce his way in, but he already had the up special up, so it doesn't do anything. That was almost a fully charged up attack. That was pretty close to getting a knockout. Retro just trying to find another opening to force him off stage, and he is using up all of his bullets just to get damage. At this point, you need the damage on. Attack's not gonna take him out. Remember, this is Triplat Sky Arena, so Jake's gonna live for a while. He is punching a lot of these down specials from Jake pretty well as they land, so it's working well. He's actually getting close to evening the game. Almost had him on the read on the jump in with the side special. Doesn't happen though. That special comes through as well. Extremely scary situation right now. Trying to go in with the Nair, but Daykwion is struggling a little bit to find his last knockout. Looking for the volley. The up attack isn't going to be enough either. Even here, even with that move being pretty strong. Oh, catch him with... Oh my god, I'm losing the ability to speak. Of course, comes through. One more mistake from either player. One more mistake, and that's it. Dare is going to be enough, and that's going to take it out. And I just blinded all y'all. Dare is going to take it out with Retro over Daykwion. Fist bumps go out at the end. But what an intense game, and the Stripe Mayhem continues. All Stripes have won so far in their matches. All 4 winners' quarters were all won by Stripes. All of them committing to it tonight, which means we're probably going to have winner semis matches all with Stripes. So, incredible job, with Retro and Daykwion there.